Hey, my name is Eric, and this is my 2007 Dodge Sprinter 2500, aka Vanna. All right, let's take a look inside the van. Come with me. All right, well, welcome to the interior. This is where the food happens inside Vanna, and this is one of my favorite, most well-designed areas, I think, in the van. Starting off here on this side, we have a lot of counter space. We've got some beautiful granite countertops with plenty of space. A full-size sink with running water. There is a water pump built into the van as well to pull from our freshwater tank, which is about 120 liters in capacity. We've got a Dometic propane cooktop where we make basically everything from coffee to bacon. The three-way fridge that I mentioned earlier. So this guy here, quite a large fridge, a little bit bigger than a mini fridge. As I mentioned, it can run on propane on 12 volt or 120 volts, depending on how you're connected. In the summertime on a hot day with the sun out, this thing can run basically just on solar all day long, which is great. Right here we have a large RV convection microwave. So this is both a microwave and a convection oven, so you can just warm up your pizza pops or you can make nachos, both of which we've done. Don't recommend doing it while driving. Meet Dave. This is Dave the drawer, and lovingly we named him Dave because Dave tends to fly open when you're going around corners and try to hawk you on some of the things he has inside, whether it's batteries or golf balls or a tape measure. Dave always wants you to see what's inside of him. This is actually doubles up as my workspace. So as I was traveling around the country this past year, I still had to do my job remotely from a laptop. So essentially this is where I would sit and do most of my my job. Both of the front captain's chairs here do swivel around, so you've got a lot of space where you could turn around and even have dinner with your friend or with your partner. Coming here, we've got a couple more pretty elaborate things created by the Roadtrek company, and this floor plan and design is still used today in the current models. We've got a little very handy hideaway pantry. We've got more drawer space. This guy is not quite as excited as Dave is. And then finally, we have a little pull-out table here, which has been used to have cereal and snacks in the morning from bed. Overall, a lot of very useful, handy features here and a very well-designed little galley. When you tell people you bought a van, they immediately assume it's some rusted out little beater that you're going to be freezing cold, possibly freezing to death overnight. That you pee and poop in a bucket. They weren't fully wrong, but most people thought I was crazy, albeit they were very supportive. Of course, an essential tool for any traveler is a musical instrument. So I do bring my acoustic guitar and an electric with me everywhere I go. It's really nice to just sit off the back of the van and play some songs as the sun sets. So above the kitchen, you'll notice there is a lot of storage. We have a lot of cabinet space here, which is awesome when you're living in a small van area. Starting off over here, we do have our small electrical breaker box. So this is for both the 12 volt and the 110 circuits running through the van. The van also has a 2000 watt power inverter, which is actually installed under the driver's seat, which connects through this and serves your outlets up here with power, which is very handy. This is where we keep some of the dry food items. A little bit more space up here for cups and mugs and that sort of thing, general dishes. Up here we have some bright LED overhead lighting. We've got our fantastic fan to keep the smells vented out when we're cooking a big breakfast. And of course here we have our beautiful panoramic windows, which are wrapped around the entire van, giving you just a beautiful 360-degree view of your outside. Regardless of what you're doing, whether you're chilling in bed or cooking, it's really nice to have. I've been pretty lucky. I didn't have that many weird experiences, save for one where I got stranded in the Nevada desert in a place called Lovell Canyon for about 8 days. And essentially I misjudged an emergency dump of my gray tank, which I did in the desert. Went to try to relocate the van to a less level spot so I could help or use gravity to help drain the tank, and essentially got stuck there. In getting stuck there, I no longer had any solar power. I no longer had any real power source whatsoever. The van quickly ran out of battery power, ran out of gas, ran out of propane. By the 8th day, I had nothing left. I had no food left, no water left, and I was really starting to prepare for the worst. Luckily, a park ranger happened to drive by on that final day, and I was able to chase after them and flag them down, and luckily got myself rescued, but it was it was very scary, and just went to show like I was not prepared at the time for that situation. I was still very new to the whole van life thing, and hadn't prepared for what would happen if I ever got stuck in the desert with no service and no power and no water. So
that's crazy.
That was wild. So in the back of the van, you'll find the sleeping area. So this is comprised right now of a very large king-size bed. Now, this bed actually doubles as a power sofa. So it's in a full-time bed configuration now, but this can actually be reconfigured to be a sectional couch, which seats 4 people, which also includes seat belts, so those people can travel with you while you're driving. So we've got a ton of storage area back here, including these big cabinets here, which reach all the way to the far corners of the van. So this is where all of our clothes and that sort of thing go. Camera gear, sports stuff, outside paddling things, that all goes inside here. And then we've got the electronics cupboard over here, which also includes our cell booster, all the TV hookups as well, and this is where we keep laptops and computers and that kind of thing. There's also a direct TV antenna, so you can actually tune in digital TV in high def over the air, which we use with our little 24-inch Samsung TV. Really, this is actually just loaded up with a hard drive full of the TV shows we love, which makes it a bit easier. Again, we're looking out over our 360-degree panoramic windows at the back, which is always lovely to back up to a nice beach or mountain spot and check out the views. And that's about it for the back sleeping area. So across from the kitchen, we have the bathroom, and the bathroom was a very important selling feature for us when we bought the van because we were going to be living in it full time. So the bathroom is its own enclosed room. It's a full stand-up shower with a full flush toilet that's actually plumbed by the freshwater system. The whole system works pretty well. You can have a shower roughly up to 20 minutes long with hot water before it runs out. You'll see here the toilet does work on water, and it has a foot flush, so very easy to flush the toilet and maintain. You do have a pull-out sink in here as well, so a second sink in addition to the kitchen, with your pull-out hose here, which actually mounts to the ceiling and also doubles as your hot shower hose. Down the road, I wouldn't mind buying a newer one and having this as something that I can rent out for an experience, you know, just to introduce people to the lifestyle, to show people about conservation, about camping, about survival, within a safe, you know, comfortable environment. That's kind of where I want to go with it, is sort of share this experience with others and make it accessible. All right, so let's take a look at the outside. So Vanna, as you can see, is a beautiful white 07 Sprinter. She was actually built and customized by the Roadtrek company out of Kitchener, Ontario. They've been around since the 60s, making camper vans in various shapes and sizes similar to this. So Vanna is the shortest Sprinter. It's 19.5 feet long, just over 9.5 feet tall. So it's a pretty bulky vehicle, but fits into most regular parking spots. I did put some bigger tires on her just to be able to get off-road a bit. This is a 2-wheel drive van, but with a set of good off-road tires. These are KO2s. She can get pretty much anywhere. Ground clearance has been a bit of an issue, and she has made a couple contact points with the ground over the course of our travels. So actually next week, she's going to be going into a shop on Vancouver Island to have some of this fancy stuff removed. Vanna kind of belongs to the luxury RV segment, so a lot of this stuff is designed for the typical retiree who might be taking it out on the occasional weekend. So side steps and that sort of thing we don't really need. Pretty well off-grid capable. There are 300 watts of solar up on the roof to keep things fully charged. As you can see, there's a beautiful 9-foot awning on top as well. She's got a cell booster, Wi-Fi, digital TV antenna. If you come around to the back here, we have a large propane generator under the rear axle as well, just to provide extra power if there's no solar or if we're camping in the winter time. So overall, this thing is pretty much good off-grid for a couple weeks at a time. All right, so here at the back of the van, we have our garage space. Now, it's not a whole lot of space, but it's enough for all the adventure toys and gear and tools that we need to work on the van to travel along with us. You can't really see at the moment, but there are, in fact, 2 inflatable paddle boards down here. A toolbox, a camping table, a stove, tarps, propane, wood, literally everything we would need to set up camp anywhere we want with a moment's notice, which is very good. When the bed does fold back up into a sofa, you do have a little bit of extra space behind it for more stuff storage, which is always handy. And of course, you'll notice here we do have the hitch extension, because typically I do ride with a large bike rack, which folds away. And then we do travel with two large bicycles as well. The owner who had the van before me actually passed away before he and his wife were able to make their big road trip, make their big van life experience. So yeah, just take the opportunity while you can. If you're happy and you're healthy and you're able to do it, make it work for you. You will not regret it. It's the single greatest thing I've ever done. It has changed my life immeasurably.